What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my fitness channel. And today, guys, it is once again another installment in my day in the life series. And today we're going to Universal Studios Hollywood, guys. It's the first time in over a year that I'm gonna step foot again in a theme park to ride rides. Super excited, as you can tell. So I just started prep this week, but I could not pass up the opportunity to go. I am a pass holder, or I was a pass holder before everything got shut down and everything. So they went ahead and gave us bonus days, and all we had to do was type in our code for our pass and reserve our day. And I actually just found out today is the first day they're letting people ride rides officially. So I'm super excited, super happy. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and head over to Universal Studios Hollywood. Alright, guys, so here we are at Universal Studios, and as I'm walking to the park, I come across this replica Jurassic Park Jeep, which is really cool. But as you can see, here we are at City Walk, and it's about 2:30 and it is empty, guys. I got to the park late because of course I had to train. Unfortunately, I did not film any training for this video, so that's why this day in the life video is void of any training. But just know I did train back and biceps before coming here. But after that, I did have 2 clients to train before coming here, so I got here around 2:30. Actually, I got here around 2, but I had to eat a meal when I got here. So it was around 2:30 as I was walking around here at this point. As you can see, it is just empty. The only times I've ever seen it this empty is like a Monday early or Wednesday maybe. But it's a Friday and it's super empty, and it's actually the first day that they were officially allowing people back to the park, which was really cool. I didn't know that when I made my reservation. It was just the first available day. So I was super happy to take it and enjoy it, really. It was a real nice enjoyment being back in a theme park. For me, this is a nice getaway, especially when I'm on prep. I absolutely love going to theme parks and just spending the day knowing, that I don't really have to think or worry about anything. Of course, I still get my meals in, and of course, I still train that day if it is not a rest day. But it is still a nice, happy getaway, much like toy photography is for me. It was an interesting experience nonetheless, still going back after the pandemic, but not too different nonetheless. But here we are walking towards the lower lot, and here is the ledge that overlooks all of the the fancy golf course and whatnot. So it was a beautiful day that day. The weather was perfect. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. It did cool down towards the end of the day, but that's a long time from this point on. But as you can see, apparently there's potential for Universal to buy that golf course right there and expand to it. So I'm really hoping they do, so that way they can add to their park and bring more rides and stuff and fun stuff to the whole area, because as you can see here, they're adding Super Mario Land right there, which is really cool. But I feel like there's a lot of franchises that Universal has access to that they can bring in if they buy out that land. So I was waiting in line for Transformers, and apparently I didn't know this, but they aren't doing single rider at the moment. But I happened to ask a worker if they were, and he brought me through the express line kindly, and he brought me around the corner. He's like, "Yo, we're not doing it, but go for it, just go." And so I thanked him, and I really appreciated that, because it saved me 45 minutes of standing in line, and I was able to just literally walk up, as you can see, through the line, and that was really nice. So this was the first ride that I rode officially when I got back to the theme park, and it is one of my favorite rides of all time. It's just absolutely awesome. The only thing is, with the mask on the whole time, your glasses do tend to get fogged up. So that was interesting experience, but I did follow all the mandates and all the rules, because I want to continue to go to the parks, and I don't want to ruin it for everybody or myself. But regardless, here we are going back up to the upper lot. But first, I wanted to give you guys a shot at the Jurassic World ride. I still think they should name it Jurassic Park, or rename it to Jurassic Park. But it is what it is. It's still a pretty cool ride. I've only been on it twice because I am not big on free falls, and it has a big drop at the end, or a semi big drop to me it's a big drop, but I've been on it twice, and twice is enough. But here we are at the new Universal ride, The Secret Life of Pets. This was an interesting ride, although I have to hand it to them, the queue for this was very interesting. As you can see, I'm standing in front of a out of order elevator, and there's a little gerbil right there munching away at the electronics, and every once in a while he does turn around and actually speak.
Enjoy your day here at Universal Studios.
I'll let you listen in.
Find half a cheese puff here yesterday. How come you guys don't have collars on? Are you lost? If you need help, you are definitely talking to the wrong guy. You should go find Max and Duke. They always help me when I'm lost. Now, if I could only remember where they live. Keep sniffing around and you'll find them. This elevator's taking forever. Oh, Pellet. I gotta fix that.
Alright, so I didn't get a chance to video the entrance as I was walking in because they had to scan my virtual pass. So I went ahead and looked back right there to give you guys a quick look before we went ahead and moved forward. This was a very interesting queue, and I absolutely love what Universal did with it, and I hope that other theme parks follow suit in terms of they're making the queue interactive and very entertaining. They're realizing that sometimes we are standing in lines for a long period of time, and having these fun things to look at while we wait in line is really cool. So I'm really happy that they're doing that, and like I said, I really hope other theme parks follow.
They have homes. They don't have collars.
No homes? No owners? Who feeds them? Who rubs their bellies, Max? Who throws the ball and then waits for them to get it and then throws it again?
I mean, no one. They're strays.
That is so sad.
Everything is kind of part of the whole immersion and the whole experience and everything. So in a way, the second you step inside of this ride building queue, you're basically already in the ride because you're already seeing animatronics and whatnot and characters from the genre or the franchise that you're there to see. Here I am, as you can see, just looking in the mirrors and give you guys a quick look. And of course I had to do a quick muscle check. But look at the attention to detail that these people put in, that Universal and the workers put in. It's absolutely amazing. It looks like an animated home.
It is in the kitchen. And I really hope you pockets are clean. I don't even want to tell you what happens if the secret lair gets dirty. I mean, I'll be fine, but Monica gets seriously grounded or lose cell phone privileges. I mean, come on, look at you. Now, you definitely got fleas, don't you? And that's cool, because I got them too. So you can tell me. Psych! I don't have fleas. That there was mind game. My suit.
So the Secret Life of Pets ride was pretty good. It was visually stunning and very impressive, but they definitely need to speed it up. It was way too slow. But here we are, guys, on the world famous Universal Studios backlot tour. I absolutely love this thing, and I have to come on it every time I get to Universal. It's just one of those things that I have to do. It reminds me of when I was younger and I'd come here with my grandma and my younger sister and we'd ride it together. We would always ride this one together and it was always fun. and it was always exciting to see the back lot and all it had to offer. And it's odd though, for the amount of times we did ride it, because when I was younger I did go to the theme parks a lot with my grandma. We never actually saw any celebrities. I guess we're just not lucky like that. But here's a look at them building the new Super Nintendo world. I believe this is the Mario Kart building. I saw this door open, so I wanted to look over to see if there was anything inside, maybe give you guys a quick look, but unfortunately there was nothing. But as you can see, they are hard at work at putting together the Super Mario Kart ride. Unfortunately, I heard from reviews in Japan that it is actually a slow moving ride despite it being Mario Kart, much like the new Secret Life of Pets ride, which I really hope they change when they bring it to here in Hollywood, because that definitely should be a fast moving paced thrill ride. If it's Mario Kart, especially if you run over one of those stars, it should go even faster. So as we were driving, the ambulance had to get through, so that was pretty interesting. I didn't know if it was something else. I didn't know what was going on. I just heard a bunch of noise behind me. But as you can see, here is one of their I forgot what they're called, stage houses or stage rooms, and they are just huge. This one is actually owned by Illumination, the ones that are responsible for Minions and Despicable Me and other films such as those. The cool thing is these people have their own coffee place that's not accessible to anybody else except employees of the Universal Studios backlot. So that's really cool. And these homes right here, these bungalows, are actually home to celebrities at one point from back in the day, because they were around so much, doing so many movies back to back, that they would just live in them. Now they're basically offices for places for production companies. Unfortunately, we were not able to go into the downtown New York area because they were setting up for the American Ninja Warriors TV series. So we went ahead and went straight into Kong, and after Kong, as you can see, it was just a beautiful day. The attention to detail and everything Universal does is amazing. Here we get a look at the picture cars that are used in some of the films that Universal produces. My favorite, of course, have to be the Back to the Future right here. It is just so sad though to see him just in disarray this way, and kind of just kind of getting worse and worse over the years. Although they have been around for a long time, they've been around since I was a kid, and I can remember seeing those Back to the Future cars there. So they have held up, but they are starting to really crack. And as you can see, there's some Jurassic Park ones at the end. Jurassic Park is another one of my all-time favorite movies. Back to the Future and Jurassic Park are in my top 5 all-time favorite movies. So getting to see all these movie props from Jurassic World is always an absolute treat. I absolutely love it, and it is just, like I said, a treat for me. And I just always am in awe at the amount of detail that they put into these movie used props that now just sit here. But as you can see, they absolutely put in the work. And as you can see with this giant dinosaur that looks lifelike and real, even though it's only half of a dinosaur, it is very scary. So here we are in New Mexico now. I'm just kidding, but it is considered the New Mexico area. And here they basically just demonstrate how they create rain and storm effects in movies, which is always really cool to see. Like I said, I've been taking the studio tour since I was a very young kid with my grandma, and so I've seen this countless times, but no matter how many times I see it, it is always a amazing, stunning thing to see the way they put this together. Combining the sprinkler system, the flashes of light, the loud thunderous sound, the bass, and then the eventual flash flood. It's just a really cool thing to see, and considering it's really all in a controlled way, like a controlled environment, despite it being not really in control. So as you can see here, the flash flood is coming, and it does get pretty full and crazy. It looks pretty intense, As you can see, they're throwing that water out that window. But all in all, it is just an absolutely cool effect. And I really miss when movies would use practical effects like this. Now everything in every movie nowadays is just CGI this, CGI that. But I absolutely love practical effects. But here we are at Amityville Beach, home to, of course, the one and only Jaws. So as you can see, he is definitely wreaking some havoc on the pier right there, causing some explosions. Always a cool thing to see. And of course, you can't have explosions and everything on Amityville Beach without a giant shark popping up and trying to eat you from the moving tram, of course. And there is Bruce the shark. If you didn't know, Bruce is the name of the shark given to him by Steven Spielberg, and he is named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer, because if you haven't heard, lawyers are sharks. But I filmed the shark going backwards right there. I thought that was really cool. But as you can see, here I am just chilling in the back of the tram, just simply enjoying this beautiful day and the ability to return to theme parks and just a little bit of normalcy. It was just an amazing feeling, guys. I absolutely had an amazing day, and I could not have asked for a better way to end the first week of prep. That's right. If you didn't know already, I am currently prepping for a show that is going to be in Culver City on June 26th called the Muscle Icon Contest. So if you are around the Southern California area and you want to show some support, come out June 26th. Follow me on Instagram. I will be releasing more details as the date gets closer. But here we are continuing with the tour, looking at some of the homes that they built for shooting and filming and whatnot. And here you can see they built a neighbor's house that is only half built, and right there you can see a little rabbit. The kid was pointing it out, and I just like, ooh, I'll try to catch that on video if I can. But usually, once again, we turn down this lane, but I think they were doing some filming, so we were not able to. Either that, or since it was already late and technically the park was closed, they kind of just wanted to get the tour over with. So right here is where they used to have the old Grinch set. I'm super sad it's gone, but I did notice something right here. That is the Camaro that they use in the Transformers movies. I am a huge Transformers fan and a huge Camaro fan, so it was awesome to see that right there real quick. And honestly, it took me to the last second to realize it. That's why I didn't zoom in on it from when I first saw it, because I had to think about it. But here we are at the Bates Motel. Always a cool thing to see. Unfortunately, the actor was not acting, and I think it probably had to do with the current situation. If you're watching this video in the future, just look up 2020 on Google. You'll understand what the current situation is. But it is always creepy to pass by this house, because you always see Norman Bates' mom right there in the window, rocking in her rocking chair. And of course, we have to come across the famous down Boeing 747 scene from World of Wars movie directed by Steven Spielberg. And fun fact, guys, this is an actual Boeing 747 that they split apart and destroyed, and it was actually cheaper just to ship it this way, so they went ahead and destroyed it before getting it to the set, because it would have been a lot more expensive to transport a full Boeing 747 across the country. So they went ahead and just split it up and busted it up. So right here I was trying to capture this waterfall that was back there. I unfortunately just missed it, but that waterfall was actually used in the filming of Jurassic Park 3, and I believe actually in part 1 as well in one of the scenes. So that's really cool. So here we have a cabin that was used in multiple films, including Mark Wahlberg's Shooter film from the early 2000s, as well as one with, I can't remember his name, but he's a funny guy. He's an Uncle Buck. I can't remember his name right now. But behind that there is a giant blue screen, which is the biggest in the world. Alright guys, so that wraps up a day at Universal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun day. Short day because, you know, the hours and everything, but it was great to be back in the parks, guys, so I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at a day in my life, and let's keep going, guys. The video's not done yet. So as I was walking out, what do I come across? The Mystery Machine. Scooby-Doo is in my top 5 favorite cartoons, guys. You are learning a lot about me in this video, but here we are at one of the stores that are towards the entrance exit of the park. They had a beautiful Jurassic Park display right there. I almost did buy that T-Rex skull, I have to be honest. It wasn't too expensive, and it's absolutely stunning and beautiful. Here are some of the collector pieces that they have. They're probably in, you know, 200 plus. Same thing here with the Harry Potter section, although I think these pieces are a little cheaper than that. Alright guys, so that was our day at Universal. What a fun fucking day. It has been too long since I've been in a theme park, guys. Yes, I did change my shirt. It did cool down significantly the last like hour and a half that I was in the park, especially on the studio tour. Man, it started getting cold towards the end, but thankfully I'm back in my car. And we're getting a shake-in because we missed a good meal for, well, we ate before we left, and we ate when we got here. But regardless, we still gotta get a shake-in because it's been a few hours since we last had our meal. More than 3 hours at least, which is a big whoopsie, but it is the first week of prep, so we can slip up a little bit. But anyways, guys, the video's not over yet. I'm gonna drink this and I'm gonna head back into City Walk and explore a little and take you guys with me, so come along for the journey. Alright, so after that shake, we went ahead and walked around Universal City Walk for a bit. You know, like I said, it just felt really good to be back, and I didn't want to leave too soon. You know, the park closed at 6, so it wasn't too late. So I went ahead and walked around the store, and of course, as you guys know, I am a toy collector, and they have a comic book / collector shop here in Universal City Walk. So of course, I had to stop by and take a look around and see what they had. They didn't have too much. I ended up not picking anything up, but I have found stuff here before, so I was hoping I would find stuff again. Unfortunately, this lady was going the same way as me for a bit, so you're gonna have to look at her feet for a bit, because I don't like getting other random people's faces in my videos. I just, you know, for privacy reasons and all that, if they you know, consent, whatnot. But yeah, just looking around, really, like I said, just milking the day and enjoying the day. It's been a long time since I had a reason to go out to Hollywood and spend the day out there. I don't like just taking random trips to places. It's like a waste of time here in LA because with traffic and whatnot. So if you're gonna go somewhere, you're gonna go somewhere for the day. But like I said, I really enjoyed the day at Universal, and so I wanted to just continue having a good day, and you know, walking around Universal City Walk, sit down for a bit. Unfortunately, like I said, I just started prep, so I could not sit down and get something to eat like I wanted to, but it was still a great day all in all. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, guys, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.